Welcome back. This channel is geared towards young men who find today's society confusing. Previously, I discussed the many ways men unknowingly surrender power. In this episode, I want to go into detail on how getting a female pregnant will lead to a loss of power. Men must be extremely careful because once they get a female pregnant, they are no longer in control of their money, their time, or their lives. If a man is not in control of his money, his time, or his life, he has no power, pure and simple. Child support is an industry designed by society to rob men of their power. Make no mistake, it is an industry. It is designed to extract as much wealth from men as possible. The more money a man makes, the more money he has to pay. Example, Brendan Frazier has to pay $900,000 per year of child support. Think about it. Many people will never see $900,000 in their lifetime. One can easily live comfortably and raise children on a lot less. It does not matter that no one rushes to the theater to see Brendan Frazier in a movie anymore. He cannot make the same amount of money. Had he never been married, he could relax, chill, and have a hot young mistress to enjoy. That is what his life could have been like if he lived with the concept of power first. The story is from the blog site Shedding the Ego by the YouTuber Barbarossa. The link is in the description box. You can also find Barbarossa's videos under the channel Barbar. It does not matter if a man cannot afford the ordered payments. Many men find themselves in jail because they cannot afford to pay the court-mandated amount of child support. The courts do not care. Job losses, reduction in income, and other events that would cause a man to adjust his spending to adapt are not considered by the courts. When I was in high school, our school was plastered with the poster of a high school senior. This guy was blonde, wore a Letterman's jacket, and looked like a preppy named Biff. He was holding a baby, and he had a look of distress on his face. The purpose of the poster was to warn young boys about the danger of being an unwed father. Biff would no longer be able to pursue his life dreams of going to college and having a prosperous career. I have been on school campuses for the last 15 years. While I have seen many female students become pregnant, I have never seen any poster or movement to warn young men about the dangers of getting a female pregnant and becoming an unwed father. As I've said, society does not care about men and boys. Society wants men and boys to do two things: shut up and pay up. Many women see pregnancy as a meal ticket. Society uses family courts to help them do this at the expense of men. Men need to be aware that some women will purposely get pregnant in order to get child support. Some single professional men have had this happen to them. They meet a woman, have a one-night stand, and then they are on the hook for 18 years of child support payments. Women no longer suffer a social stigma for getting pregnant as a single woman. Years ago, if a female became pregnant and out of wedlock, she was scorned by society. This is no longer the case. In fact, I have seen girls become happy and celebrated by their peers when they become pregnant or say they have become pregnant. Years ago, I taught an intervention math class in high school that had only freshmen. One girl told everybody that she was pregnant and was proud of it. This is a freshman. In fact, she even brought a thick book of baby names, and I observed her walk around campus surrounded by about 10 girls going through the book and discussing names for her new baby. The girl reveled in the attention from the other girls. I also had the boy that got her pregnant in another class. He was sweating bullets, and the other boys in the class constantly made fun of him. No boy had his back. It turns out that the girl made up this whole story to get attention. Once everybody found out, her mother removed her from the school. The boy was visibly relieved. There have been cases of high school girls getting together with the goal of becoming pregnant. If you are a boy who gets one of these girls pregnant, say goodbye to accumulating power in your life. I also have 2 videos in the description box. One is by the YouTuber BlackGnosticSpeaks, which is a trailer for the movie Frustrated 2, Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe. It shows how the child support industry screws over men in society. This video is less than 5 minutes. And the other video is from the YouTuber Finger University titled Paternity Fraud. This video is almost an hour and shows how women use paternity fraud to get child support from innocent men. And more importantly, what to do to protect yourself from paternity fraud. I'd recommend subscribing to both channels. Both men will use more profanity than I do, but they still provide good information to young men. Sperm jacking and paternity fraud. These are two issues that men must be aware. I do need to discuss sperm jacking, which is where the female steals the male's sperm without his knowledge and consent in order to become pregnant. Sperm jacking. A woman has a right to consent while a man has no such right. Women often claim to have a right to their bodies. If they get pregnant, they have a right to choose to terminate the pregnancy via abortion. They also have the right to legally abandon the baby by dropping it off at a hospital or fire station. As a man, you have no such rights. If you get a woman pregnant, even if you did not consent to the pregnancy, if it is your DNA, you are responsible. There are stories of sperm jacking. One such story is of a woman giving a doctor oral sex, and that woman kept the semen and then inserted the semen into her vagina. He had to pay child support even though he did not consent to the pregnancy. Women have been known to take semen from discarded condoms and insert them into their vaginas in order to get pregnant. As a man, you must ensure that you are the one that disposes of your condom so your sperm will not get jacked. Paternity fraud. A woman has an incentive to falsify fatherhood, thus taking away power from an innocent man. Right now I'm not going to discuss paternity fraud since the video by Finger University covers the subject thoroughly. I strongly suggest that you take an hour out of your day and watch it. Always protect yourself. As I've stated, if you are a man, society does not give a damn about you. Getting a female pregnant is a sure way to surrender one's power. Be very careful and balloon up when you get naked. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for listening.